Mama's Family made us laugh with its unforgettable characters, but after 42 years, everything has changed a lot. In this video, we're revealing the real names, ages, and the hidden stories of the cast. Who tragically passed away, and what mysterious events shaped their lives? Let's find out. Vicky Lawrence as Thelma Crowley Harper. Vicky Lawrence, born on March 26, 1949, portrayed Thelma Harper in Mama's Family, a sharp-tongued, irritable yet affectionate mother, becoming a comedic icon of the 1980s. At 34, Lawrence brought Thelma to life with witty sarcasm and a deep, hidden love, making the character the heart of the series, bringing laughter to every episode. Off-screen, she married makeup artist Al Schultz in 1974, with 2 children, Courtney and Garrett. This stable marriage was a source of support that helped her navigate career pressures. In 2011, Lawrence was diagnosed with chronic idiopathic urticaria, causing severe itching and fatigue, forcing her to adjust her work schedule. Her net worth, estimated at around $8 million, comes from television, stage, and singing, with her hit, The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia. By 2025, at 76, Lawrence continues to shine with Vicky Lawrence and Mama, a 2-woman show, appeared in Call Me Kat, 2023, and is actively involved in charity work for women's rights and the environment. Ken Berry as Vinton Harper. Ken Berry, born on November 3, 1933, played Vinton Harper in Mama's Family, the bumbling yet lovable son who added depth and humor to the series from 1983. At 50, he portrayed Vinton with sincerity, leaving a lasting impression as the affectionate son. Off-screen, Berry was married to actress Jackie Joseph from 1960 to 1976, with 1 son who passed away shortly after birth, and 2 adopted children, John and Jennifer, both of whom passed away in 2016 and 2020. The end of his marriage led to a mental health crisis, and although he lived with Susie Walsh for 24 years, he never remarried. Berry's health declined due to heart disease, causing him to step back from major projects. His net worth, around $4 million, came from television and stage work. Berry passed away on December 1, 2018, in Burbank, California, at the age of 85, leaving behind an unforgettable comedic legacy. Dorothy Lyman as Naomi Oates Harper. Dorothy Lyman, born on April 18, 1947, played Naomi Oates Harper in Mama's Family, a seductive wife who often caused trouble for Thelma. At 36, Lyman brightened the screen with her charm and humorous bickering, affirming her talent after All My Children. Off-screen, she was married to John Tillinger from 1971 to 1983, with 2 children, one of whom is Oscar-nominated producer Emma Tillinger-Koskoff. Her second marriage to Vincent Malley also ended soon, which led her to focus on her career. In the 1990s, Lyman battled depression, which affected her ability to take roles, but she overcame it with therapy. She also suffered a wrist injury in a 1998 on-set accident, temporarily limiting her directing work. Her net worth, around $6 million, comes from acting and production. By 2025, at 78, Lyman still appeared on the blacklist and directed small stage projects, keeping the flame of creativity alive. Rue Mlanahan as Fran Crowley. Rue Mlanahan, born on February 21, 1934, played Fran Crowley in Mama's Family, Thelma's reserved and sensitive sister. At 49, she brought emotional balance to the series, setting the stage for her role as Blanche in The Golden Girls. Fran, with her subtlety contrasting with the loudness of the Harper family, helped Mlanahan leave a lasting mark. Off-screen, she went through 6 marriages, finally to Mara Wilson from 1997, until her death. In the 1970s, Mlanahan struggled with alcohol addiction, which affected her health, but she successfully overcame it. In 2009, she underwent triple heart bypass surgery and later suffered a minor stroke, weakening her speech. She was criticized for a public feud with a co-star in 1987, but quickly reconciled. Her net worth, around $5 million, came from television and stage work. Mlanahan passed away on June 3, 2010, in New York from a brain hemorrhage at the age of 76, leaving behind a glittering career. Alan Oppenheimer as Mayor Alvin Tutwiler. Alan Oppenheimer, born on April 23, 1930, portrayed Mayor Alvin Tutwiler in Mama's Family, a power-hungry, charismatic character. At 53, he brought depth to the series, confirming his talent after the $6 Million Man and lending his voice to God of War. Off-screen, Oppenheimer married Mariana Elliott in 1958, had 3 children, divorced in 1990, and reunited until her death in 2003. He was defrauded in a film investment scam in 1980, losing a significant portion of his savings. His net worth is around $3 million. By 2025, at the age of 95, Oppenheimer continues to voice for Tigtone and video games, maintaining a diverse career. Alan Kaser as Bubba Higgins. Alan Kaser, born on December 18, 1963, portrayed Bubba Higgins in Mama's Family, a mischievous grandson who gradually matures. At 20, he brought youthful energy with his antics, becoming a teen idol through Night of the Creeps. Off-screen, Kaser married Lori Kaser, with 2 children, divorced, and then remarried Sarah Kaser in 2014 with 2 more children. In the 1990s, he struggled financially due to a lack of roles and opened the Center Stage Academy of Dance. In 2005, he suffered a shoulder injury in a car collision, temporarily affecting his mobility and his ability to run the academy. His net worth, around $1.5 million, comes from acting and some endorsements. By 2025, at 62, Kaser lives peacefully in Missouri, participates in Mama's Family events, and was honored at the Missouri Walk of Fame in 2022. Beverly Archer as Iola Lucille Boylan. Beverly Archer, born on July 19, 1945, portrayed Iola Lucille Boylan in Mama's Family, a curious yet dedicated neighbor. At 38, she became a beloved character with her sincerity. Off-screen, Archer married Robert Bernard in 1976 with no children, and their stable marriage was a support amidst her busy schedule. In 1995, she suffered a knee injury in a stage accident, requiring years of physical therapy, gradually reducing her acting roles. She also faced financial struggles in the 2000s due to medical expenses and mild depression following her mother's passing in 1998, which led her to take a break from acting. Her net worth is approximately $3 million. By 2025, at 80, Archer retired in 2002, living peacefully in California, writing books and supporting local charities. Carol Bernett as Eunice Higgins. Carol Bernett, born on April 26, 1933, portrayed Eunice Higgins in Mama's Family, a hot-tempered and tragic daughter. At 50, she portrayed Eunice with a complex inner life, building on her fame from The Carol Burnett Show, where she won 6 Emmys. Off-screen, Burnett married 3 times, had 3 children with Joe Hamilton, but lost her daughter Carrie to lung cancer in 2002, a deep emotional wound. She has lived with Brian Miller since 2001. In the 1980s, Burnett underwent jaw surgery due to an accident, affecting her appearance, and won a defamation lawsuit against a tabloid in 1981. Her net worth is approximately $45 million. By 2025, at 92, Burnett appeared in Better Call Saul, 2022, voiced characters in Toy Story, and received a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Golden Globes in 2019. Betty White as Ellen Harper Jackson. Betty White, born on January 17, 1922, played Ellen Harper Jackson in Mama's Family, a proud and distant daughter. At 61, she brought a unique flavor to the role, preparing for her iconic role as Rose in The Golden Girls, where she won 5 Emmys. Off-screen, White married 3 times, happiest with Alan Ludden from 1963 to 1981 without children. In 2021, she suffered a stroke, weakening her health and living alone in her later years. White was criticized for comments on social issues but later apologized and supported animal rights. Her net worth is approximately $75 million. White passed away on December 31st, 2021, in Los Angeles at the age of 99, leaving an immortal television legacy. Harvey Corman as Ed Higgins. Harvey Corman, born on February 15, 1927, played Ed Higgins in Mama's Family, a long-suffering, dissatisfied husband. At 56, he enriched the family story, building on his reputation from The Carol Burnett Show and Blazing Saddles. Off-screen, Corman married twice, had 4 children, and lived with Deborah Fritz from 1982 until his death. In the 1970s, he struggled with alcohol addiction, causing family strain, but he successfully overcame it. In 2008, he suffered an abdominal aortic aneurysm, leading to serious complications. His net worth is approximately $25 million. Corman passed away on May 29, 2008 in Los Angeles at the age of 81, leaving behind an unforgettable comedic legacy. Eric Brown as Vinton Buzz Harper Jr. Eric Brown, born on December 17, 1964, portrayed Vinton Buzz Harper Jr. in Mama's Family, a well-behaved, patient son. At 19, he brought balance to the Harper family, making a mark through Waxwork, 1988. Off-screen, Brown married Carolyn Steller in 1985, with 1 child, and his stable marriage helped him avoid the pressures of Hollywood. In the 1990s, he faced financial difficulties due to the decline of the horror film market and turned to behind-the-scenes work. Brown suffered a back injury in a 1988 on-set accident, limiting his action roles. His net worth is approximately $1 million. By 2025, at 61, Brown lives a quiet life in California, participating in independent projects and focusing on his family. Karen Argood as Sonia Harper. Karen Argood, born on November 8, 1960, portrayed Sonia Harper in Mama's Family, a naive teenage daughter. At 23, she brightened the early episodes, marking the peak of her career before taking smaller roles in Nash Bridges and Bartleby, 2001. Off-screen, Argood married Kevin Morrissey, with 2 children, and her peaceful family life helped her step away from the spotlight. The pressures of Hollywood led her to battle anxiety disorders, declining many roles and focusing on her health through meditation. She faced financial struggles when her husband lost his job, but overcame it with Hallmark films like Love in the Limelight, 2022. Her net worth is approximately $800,000. By 2025, at 65, Argood lives happily in Los Angeles, participating in Mama's Family events and supporting child protection causes. Earl Bowen as Reverend Lloyd Meacham. Earl Bowen, born on August 8, 1941, portrayed Reverend Lloyd Meacham in Mama's Family, a mild-mannered and humorous pastor. At 42, he brought depth to the series, solidifying his talent after Who's the Boss and lending his voice to Star Trek: The Next Generation. Off-screen, Bowen married Carol Keane in 1970 until her death from cancer in 2001, with 1 daughter, and remarried Kathy in 2008. In 2022, he was diagnosed with lung cancer, weakening his health. He also experienced psychological stress after the death of his first wife, temporarily stepping back from voice acting. His net worth was around $2 million. Bowen passed away on January 5, 2023 in Hawaii at the age of 81, leaving behind a rich legacy. Joseph Campanella as Alan Hansen. Joseph Campanella, born on November 21, 1924, played Alan Hansen in Mama's Family, a gentle, romantic teacher. At 59, he brought a fresh breath to the series, shining after Guiding Light and lending his voice to Spider-Man, the animated series. Off-screen, Campanella married Jill Bartholomew in 1964 with 7 sons, but Parkinson's disease made movement difficult in his later years. In 1990, he was defrauded in a real estate investment scam, losing a large sum of money. He also suffered from depression after the death of his father in 1985, which temporarily affected his work. His net worth was around $3 million. Campanella passed away on May 16, 2018, in Sherman Oaks, California, at the age of 93, leaving behind a respected career. Marge Redmond as Lolly Perdue. Marge Redmond, born on December 14, 1924, portrayed Lolly Perdue in Mama's Family, an emotional close friend. At 59, she brought meaning to the illiteracy storyline, reinforcing her reputation from The Flying Nun. Off-screen, Redmond married Jack Weston in 1950 until their divorce in 1980, with no children, and she lived quietly after the divorce. In the 1990s, she struggled with severe arthritis, limiting her mobility. She also faced psychological difficulty after the death of her mother in 1985, briefly stepping away from Hollywood. Redmond relied on Cool Whip commercials to sustain her income. Her net worth was around $1.5 million. Redmond passed away in February 2020 at the age of 95, leaving behind a memorable television legacy. Geoffrey Lewis as Claude Canemaker. Geoffrey Lewis, born on July 31, 1935, played Claude Canemaker in Mama's Family, a clever friend of Vinton. At 48, he brought unique humor, shining after High Plains Drifter and being a member of Celestial Navigations. Off-screen, Lewis married 3 times, had 9 or 10 children, including Juliette Lewis. Difficulties in marriage and career led him to struggle with drug addiction, causing family strain, but he successfully overcame it. In 2010, he was involved in a car accident, affecting his back health. His net worth was around $3 million. Lewis passed away on April 7, 2015, in Woodland Hills, California, at the age of 79, leaving behind a diverse legacy. Anne Haney as Alberta Meekum. Anne Haney, born on March 4, 1934, played Alberta Meekum in Mama's Family, a proud and judgmental pastor's wife. At 49, she brought laughter through her confrontations, making a lasting impact after Mrs. Doubtfire. Off-screen, Haney married John Haney, with 1 daughter, but her husband passed away early, leading her to act to support her family. She faced financial difficulties paying for her daughter's education. Haney fell on set in 1995, injuring her pelvis, and heart failure in her later years weakened her ability to work. Her net worth was around $1 million. Haney passed away on May 26, 2001, in Studio City, California, at the age of 67, leaving behind a remarkable career. Imagigene Koka as Gert Corey. Imagigene Koka, born on November 18, 1908, portrayed Gert Corey in Mama's Family, Thelma Harper's quirky yet lovable cousin. At 75, Koka brought to life a lively Gert with her signature humor, making the audience laugh through her awkward but sincere moments. Off-screen, Koka was married twice, first to Robert Burton from 1935 until his death in 1955, and later to actor King Donovan from 1960 until his death in 1987. Without children, she dedicated her love to the stage and animals, even caring for an injured duck on her Manhattan apartment rooftop. However, Koka struggled with mild depression, which affected her performances, but she overcame it with her passion for the arts. Her net worth was estimated at $4 million, coming from television and guest roles in films like National Lampoon's Vacation, 1983. Koka passed away on June 2, 2001, in Westport, Connecticut, at the age of 92, leaving behind an immortal comedic legacy. Kathleen Freeman as Big Joan McCall. Kathleen Freeman, born on February 17, 1923, played Big Joan McCall in Mama's Family, a loud but close friend of Thelma, always bringing delightful laughter. At 60, Freeman portrayed Joan with expressive features and a booming laugh, making her the center of many humorous scenes. Off-screen, Freeman never married and had no children, dedicating her life to stage and screen. However, Freeman suffered from arthritis, limiting her mobility, but she continued acting with the spirit of "the show must go on." Her net worth was estimated at $3 million, coming from television, film, and stage work, including her final role in The Full Monty on Broadway, where she received a Tony nomination. Freeman passed away on August 23, 2001, in New York from lung cancer at the age of 78, leaving behind a vibrant legacy. Jack Guilford as Alvin Thompson. Jack Guilford, born on July 25, 1908, portrayed Alvin Thompson in Mama's Family, a mild-mannered yet worry-prone neighbor who often got caught up in the Harper family's troubles. At 75, Guilford brought Alvin to life with his rubbery face and distinctive Brooklyn accent, endearing audiences with his charm and subtle humor. Off-screen, he was married twice, the second time to Madeline Lee from 1949 until his death, with 3 children. In the 1950s, Guilford and his wife were blacklisted by the House Un-American Activities Committee, HUAC, causing a disruption in his career until the 1960s. His health declined due to chronic stomach issues, affecting his work schedule in his later years. His net worth was around $5 million, coming from television, film, and stage work, including an Oscar nomination for Save the Tiger, 1973. Guilford passed away on June 4, 1990, in New York from stomach cancer, at the age of 81, leaving behind a profound comedic legacy. Mama's Family brought laughter into our homes for years, but after 42 years, the cast has faced both triumph and loss. Some have passed on, while others have changed beyond recognition. Which cast member's story left you the most shocked? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Goodbye.